2, 1. Welcome back, Yo,
I'm telling
wow.
you, bro.
Welcome back to the Shermhouse, everybody. We made it to the 3rd episode. We ain't get canceled yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm Gruff. We're gonna go around the room, same shit, different day.
Thomas Crown, what it do?
Goon.
Flip motherfucking Rollins.
And today we're gonna hit this moon landing topic. So I know a few of us feel strongly about it. Or lack thereof.
Don't start with your bullshit.
Oh, we getting started today. We are definitely getting started. We got time too.
Right. So thank y'all for following us. Everybody who click, like, subscribe. It's definitely appreciated.
Oh yeah, go follow the socials too. We live on social media. We on TikTok. We on Instagram. Show us some love.
At the _Sherm_house on Instagram. THA.
Shermhouse.
Shermhouse.
So yeah, I'd like to hear everybody's take on this moon landing. If it did in fact happen or not is the question, and some strong points that we'd like to go over. So
All right, first,
just say
no.
what our view is first.
No, yeah,
Without
yeah.
going into it.
All right.
And then you can go back to because Crown over here just chomping at the bit, man.
yeah.
So let's go around. Everybody's opinion. Do you think it happened, or do you think it did happen? Gruff.
Everybody looking at me. To be honest, man, I'm kind of at odds because, in essence, I feel that it's all bullshit. I mean, they got the Hollywood Walk of Fame with the NASA star. Like, come on.
The astronauts.
No, just the astronauts have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah,
why in the fuck?
the individual astronauts and like the Apollo.
Cuz Aldrin.
Yeah, look like we call it the Shermhouse.
Yeah. To be honest, in this lifetime, it's a slim chance that we'll ever really find out, because those in power did such a good fucking job of hiding or just manipulating the truth to where the truth is no longer the truth anymore. The truth could be anything those in power want it to be. So do I honestly feel that we've landed on the moon? No. I've seen too much shit that made me question my beliefs growing up that makes me question if it did in fact happen or not. Feel me?
Feel you. Definitely feel you.
Yeah.
Well, I would say I did at one point in time, but like we only had, growing up like in the 90s, we only had what information repositories that we had, like, books, almanacs, and like the TV.
Right.
And so we only got the same mainstream source of information for like a majority of our lives. So like I used to love NASA. I always wanted to go to space camp. I was too poor to, but I always wanted to. I wanted to be an astronaut when I was a kid. Like, and they ask you when you was a kid and like, what you want to be when you grow up, and you have to like write about it in like school and shit.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, always, I want to be an astronaut. I fucking draw pictures of me in a spacesuit, and I always fucking thought this is the coolest shit ever,
Yeah.
So
I'm just picturing him in a spacesuit.
Yeah.
Space crown.
Yeah. So
The Russian.
as like, if there's any young people that's listening to this, once you become an adult and you see everything in life for the bullshit that it is, then I started to put 2 and 2 together and saw that all the inconsistencies in the narratives, and I went down that rabbit hole, and I'm going to end this episode today, debunk the moon landing once and for all.
Okay. I like that. Okay.
Damn.
Goon.
Go on.
Strong words.
Yeah.
Well, I deep down inside, I don't think that the moon landing actually happened. There's a lot of things in the history books that I don't think happened, or at least not the way that it's written in the history books. But for the sake of this podcast, and for the sake of me being an asshole, I'm gonna debate Crown on every single thing that he brings up. So my stance is that we've been to the moon and we shall return. Start our lunar base colony there.
Space Force.
Space Force will colonize there, and we'll jump to Mars next. And,
Devon Island.
Gonna be Buzz Lightyear around here.
Flip. Moon landing.
Hell no. Just hell no.
A strong.
Strong.
Hell
Yeah.
no.
Well, let's go over some points, man. Some shit that I seen online which had me sold on the fact that the moon landing did not, in fact, happen. And like you said, credit to YouTube, they can manipulate some shit.
They can.
This dude bought an expensive ass home rocket, and when I say expensive, I mean like the thing is fucking. He put some money enough to have this thing go up pretty fucking high. He shot this rocket. Had funding, had a whole team out there, took an 18-wheeler with this rocket and shot it up. Had cameras on it. The rocket was spinning crazy as hell on its way up. Mm-hmm. And once it got to a certain point of ascension, it hit something. And it stopped. Yeah, it stopped fucking spinning.
Yeah.
It looked as if you were to drop a fucking pencil into water. A straight number 2 pencil. If you were to drop that fucking pencil, spin it or not, that pencil is either it's not just gonna keep going in a straight damn line. It's probably gonna drop and go to an angle. And that's what the camera did. That rocket was spinning crazy and it hit something and it just, yeah. Under the impression that it hit some sort of
Good thing you brought that up, because I was gonna totally forget about something really important, another point. But good thing you said that.
Right.
Flip. Why do you think it's bullshit?
First off, you can't get. Well, they said the moon is outside of our atmosphere. That's what they started saying. But
Now they're saying it's in our atmosphere. Yeah.
So, which is it? Because if it's outside of our atmosphere, like they said it was before, there's no way that they could have ever even got to it. Because playing by their rules, you can't pass the Van Allen belt.
No, they would have got fried.
No, that's not true at all, actually. Because
Okay, there's a big,
I don't know.
a huge debate over how much radiation is in the Van Allen belts. There's a debate even if they exist. There's a debate if we can even get to them. So the scientism community, I call them scientism, the whole people who purported this lie and fucking propped it up and deceived the whole masses, the people that tell you that the earth is a globe, the people that tell you that you're evolved from pond sludge and you're evolved monkey and you're an insignificant speck on this floating, spinning, wobbling space ball.
66,000 miles.
Yeah. That, that tell you that everything started with a bang and you're not what you really are. They say that the moon is 50,000 miles away. All right, outside of our atmosphere.
Are we talking about the Van Allen belt though?
Yes.
Because
They're the ones. They're the ones who said that the Van Allen belts will only give you as much radiation, like exposure, as getting an X-ray, which is fucking bullshit. When they first started, some of the scientists saying when they first started trying to go to the moon, they were saying that the astronauts would need to wear at least fucking 4 inches of protective fucking like lead to protect them from getting fried. So how much radiation is in the Van Allen belts, I can't say. I don't know. But the scientific community is not a consensus by how much it is. But everybody besides NASA says that it's way too much for people to go through.
To stay,
NASA has said
to stay in.
Yeah.
No, to stay in.
To go through, period.
No,
to get exposed through.
See, that's the thing.
To get exposed to, period.
Pull up your tests and wherever you're getting these facts from, because the places that I went to, these ones, the same, the opposite ones that you went to, those ones are talking about the exact opposite. That it's like fire walking. As long as you're moving and you're not lingering, there's no thermal conductivity going into your feet, so you're not gonna feel that heat. You're not burning yourself, so you can walk through those coals. That's what they're saying. It's the same concept with that Van Allen belt. Is that you're moving through that fast enough to get to the moon, so you're not lingering in there long enough to actually get messed up like that.
And also, a tiny bit of exposure would fry the systems on all of those fucking aircrafts, so they would not be worked. They would just fall and be stuck there, and all the astronauts would die. Nobody ever says that. So that's a whole argument that can be what if not. But so I want to go over the history of all the events that happened up to the moon landing, so people that didn't know or didn't pay attention or just know like what we learned in school or in history, like could get some sort of understanding. All right, the beginning of the space race actually happened with the Nazis. They're the first ones that started making combustion rockets. And, Hitler was trying to go to space and do all types of crazy shit. He was trying to go inside the Earth. He was trying to go to Antarctica and do a whole bunch of other shit, but he never got to.
Oh man, those are some episodes.
Yeah. So after World War II, when all of the Nazis surrendered, there was like 5,000 to 6,000 scientists they had, and they were either going to defect to the Russians or defect to the Americans. The head guy of the rocket program, Wernher von Braun, the astrophysicist, he defected to America, along with 1,600 other scientists. Okay. So this was in 1945.
Is that Operation Paperclip that we're talking about?
Yeah.
We gotta go over that one too.
Well, that's all that happened. They brought all the Nazi scientists over here. The ones that did the MK Ultra experiments, the ones that did the fluoride experiments on the Jews. They brought all them people here. They all gave them American visas, and they started working for the American government.
This is the one, Dr. Mengele.
Yeah. So, all right. The Cold War starts. The Cold War starts right after World War II, and the space race begins. They start building all these rockets, trying to shoot them into space, After, oh shit, I didn't write that down.
So real quick, my bad.
Yeah.
In 30 seconds, increase my faith that it didn't happen, as if I believe in the moon landing. Treat me as if I'm just some ignorant dude that swears up and down I got the moon landing tattooed on my fucking chest. I want somebody to prove to me or just persuade me real fast that it didn't happen.
Alrighty. First, from a science perspective, there's no air in space, right?
From what we were taught, right? It's
from what they tell you in school,
right?
So you will not be able to. Space is a vacuum,
right?
Meaning that all of the motion and force that they accumulated with those combustion rockets, they would lose once they enter orbit. And now those rockets are no longer making combustion in space because there's no air in space. Like, go to YouTube, look up a video of somebody trying to make fire in a vacuum. Like, this guy, he has a lighter, right? And he has it in a sealed container. And as soon as he takes all the oxygen out, the fire goes out.
Right.
You cannot make fire in a vacuum. You cannot fly combustion rockets through space.
You're talking about the rockets not having air to push against,
Yes,
right?
you can't do that.
So it's kind of like standing on a skateboard with a bowling ball and throwing the bowling ball in one direction, right? You gonna go the other direction. You still gonna go the other direction. You're just not gonna go as fast and as far as you would, you know, putting your foot on the ground and pushing. That's the same as that that's the concept that you're talking about.
Thrust in either direction, whatever
Yeah.
direction you head in, is a direction that you're going to continue to go in forever.
All right, peep game.
All right.
No way to create thrust in either direction in a vacuum. Whatever direction you are already determined to be headed in is the direction that you are going to head in.
But
All right, and also,
when a rocket shoots fuel
also
out
say,
one end,
also
it doesn't
say,
need
okay,
air. It's just that's what's propelling it that way.
You can't shoot fuel out in a fucking vacuum. You can't.
okay. So now your rocket's headed this way. All right.
Right.
Now let's
We're leaving Cape
entertain.
Canaveral, that motherfucking vacuum.
There's nothing to make combustion.
Let's entertain this. Okay, this rocket shot off in this direction, right? Now your rocket's going here. Once you get into space, your rocket's going that direction because you can't turn, you can't maneuver, you can't do it. You're
That's when
set
that
on
third
a fixed
ignition-
direction.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're in a fixed direction. Now, if the Earth is moving, the Moon is moving, the Sun is moving through the space at thousands of miles an hour, you're not going to be able to hit that target because it's not going to be there by the time your trajectory gets you there.
You're yelling at me.
But
I'm naive. Remember, I can't get past the.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. No. Remember, I'm naive. Yeah. Okay.
To the
Okay.
folks at home, yeah, I feel it.
Yeah.
So again,
Crowds over here kicking their teeth in.
so the moon landing happened to me. Go ahead.
All right. So you wouldn't be able to land on the moon because it wouldn't be a straight shot. It'd always be moving, wobbling, spinning, doing everything that they say it does, but you know, or the Earth does. And since the moon is like gravitationally pulled to the Earth, it's spinning and moving as well. So it won't be. It'd be impossible to land on it. All right. So now 2. Have you seen the pictures of the rockets taking off?
Yes.
Have you seen their trajectories?
No, I have not.
Do you see how they curve and come back down?
At one point, yeah, they reach a certain apex.
Yes. Now,
What about Cape Canaveral? Something like that, Florida.
all the launching positions,
Are they curving or are we
They're
just going away and they're going straight?
they're curving and landing.
I'll let me flip what's up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No.
don't know. Remember, I don't know.
Yeah, they're taking
Yeah,
off
the Earth is flat. My bad.
So we're talking
and
about
coming
a
back
rocket.
down and landing into the ocean. Now, the reason the Bermuda Triangle hoax was created was for NASA to land their rockets there and for nobody to be in that airspace or have ships there to see.
You said why?
So that's what the Bermuda Triangle is?
Yeah. That's where the rockets land.
Zone where you go and disappear,
They
like
just sink
that
them
doesn't
down.
If you
happen.
disappear over there, it's
Ships,
'cause your
and they
ass
just
got
snap
hit.
The thoughts of
planes out
Crown
the
are
sky.
Yes.
him and him alone. Don't get me suicided.
Yeah.
Man. Me fucked off.
So,
I love it though. Go ahead.
That's what
Alrighty.
somebody told me.
Man,
So-
look,
so-
now hold on. So now the triangle was created.
yes,
Woo.
the Bermuda Triangle was created to keep
It's a
people out of
man-made-
that airspace.
The Bermuda Triangle is a man-made location, urban myth or location.
It's not something. It's not what they say it is. It's restricted airspace.
They snatching niggas in the Bermuda Triangle.
Right.
King Kong's over there swatting fucking planes out the sky. That whole squadron of fucking Mustangs that went missing.
No,
Damn.
the army can have air defense artillery to shoot people down that enter that airspace.
But it was the army that was flying the planes through there. They shot their own guys down?
Yes.
So for the folks at home, how can he help me understand that the man-made Bermuda Triangle is pulling shit out of the fucking sky?
I'm not convinced.
It's pulling. It's not pulling anything out of the sky. They're just landing their rockets there. In that airspace, government says that airspace is restricted, so planes and boats don't go there, so they don't see what's happening there.
Come on, look at the Walt Disney logo.
The ships and planes that all went missing there probably got shot down by the government because they fucking went into that airspace that's restricted. If the Russians or Chinese or any other foreign ship or that's not supposed to be where
But the Bermuda Triangle isn't restricted waters. If it was government waters like that, why wouldn't they just say, hey, it's restricted waters? It's not restricted waters. You can pass through there.
What will you make it?
Go ahead, try.
No,
ahead,
people
try
have
pass-
made it through
No,
there.
no,
Like,
go-
people, it's a hit or miss. Not everybody goes missing that goes through the Bermuda Triangle. So these people must have gone by while they were fucking
Or did they
recovering
not go through it?
capsules or some shit, you know? They're
So
raising the Sputnik.
Yeah.
So our government has told us they landed on the moon.
Yeah.
By definition, to say on camera that we as a nation did not land on the moon.
You really
You're
think they made a
basically-
phone call to the moon.
Excuse me?
A what?
A phone call to the moon.
But you're
From a
basically-
landline.
Yeah, you're basically
From a
placing yourself.
landline.
You're telling the world that you don't trust your own government.
Do you?
Shermhouse.
I'm making a statement here. I'll answer that question.
Oh yeah.
On camera, by you saying that the moon landing, and I've said it already at the beginning of this video.
I
don't
can neither
give a shit
confirm
what
or deny that I trust my government.
Yeah. Do I
I don't
trust
think
my government?
any one of us trusts the government.
No, I don't.
I can neither confirm.
3 out of 4 of us
man,
work
due to
for
my
the government.
Skin complexion and my ethnic background.
You work
laws
for
were
them.
set up in place long time ago.
Yeah, man, you work for
Still
them.
in effect.
You work for them.
I was
You
under
know
the
how they
impression-
get.
Do government shill?
How? Put me on game.
You know how they get down.
Let me get a Kit Kat.
So we're getting off topic.
Now you getting off topic because now you talking about shooting planes down Bermuda Triangle.
All right. So in 1961, the American government announced Operation Fishbowl. Operation Fishbowl was them nuking the firmament, trying to penetrate it, pretty much, or trying to make a hole in it so they could go to space.
So you're telling me there's a firmament up there?
Yes.
And we trying to penetrate a hole.
What is it made of?
Water.
Penetrable shit.
So there's water above us.
Yes. Says in the Bible.
Wait a minute. So the Earth is flat and there's water above us.
So
y'all hear this,
hey,
man?
Yo, this is
Hey,
a whole
hey,
nother episode. My bad.
I know he's not talking about clouds and precipitation.
no.
Beyond that,
Talking
there's
about like a
other
literal
layers.
ocean or like instead of space, it's just water.
Yeah, water. That's why the sky's blue.
That's why the sky.
Shermhouse. So
Hey man, you need to hit that. Hey, bro, you need to hit that.
So,
Every time he says something like that, you got.
all right. Now, if you don't believe me about the firmament, Werner von Braun, the Nazi scientist that I was just talking to you about, right? He has Psalm 19:1 on his tombstone. Do you know what Psalm 19:1 is?
No.
The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament sheweth his handiwork.
Hey, bro, y'all ain't gotta fuck with me, but you know I got the vision, and you know I'ma keep it real with you.
Keeps going to the Bible.
The
Keeps
top-
going to the
I'm
Bible.
just
We're
saying,
trying to stay
like,
on the
The,
moon land.
the top
That means
NASA astrophysicist who was in charge of the moon landing missions and getting Americans into space.
Remember the Tower of Babel?
About that. So, the top Nazi astrophysicist that came to America and was put in charge of the NASA program to get Americans to space has a psalm on his tombstone talking about the firmament. Why? Because they could not penetrate it and they could not get into space. So they lied about it.
So as a naive person, now the Bermuda Triangle is man-made. So everything that I see going up into the air is falling into the water.
Yeah.
And now it's no point because there's water above us. I'm speaking from a naive person.
Water that you can't get to.
Right. Down that the moon landing was real. Y'all gotta help me with these.
Water that you can't get to because of the firmament you can't penetrate.
So there's
And the water
there's
is the firmament.
there's
The firmament separates the water from the realm that we live on.
the moon and the sun, and we're like in a giant bubble or snow globe, pretty much. Look, think of a snow globe.
Put a snow globe in the bottom of the
Picture
ocean.
a snow globe in your head,
That sounds crazy.
and picture it in the ocean.
So where do fallen asteroids come from? I mean, like,
Asteroids?
yeah, where does that shit come from?
Is that chunks of the firmament?
No,
Is it a firmament?
that's probably fucking junk from fucking all the fucking helium
Did
space
it fall out
balloons
of the
falling.
water? Did it fall out of out of the firmament and just come down and catch on fire as it like broke through the firmament?
No, it's probably some satellite or some bullshit that fell and caught fire and fucking incinerated and turned into a smoldering rock of fucking bullshit.
A satellite that's in space?
Difference between comets and asteroids.
Satellites are just high altitude balloons.
Yeah.
So we're talking about those weather balloon type fucking
Like
satellites.
if you drop a penny from the Empire State Building, it turns into a fucking weapon of fucking mass destruction. Imagine that times 100
That has been
and dropping
proven.
something from there.
But that penny doesn't turn into a rock.
Shout out to Mythbusters. Mythbusters shut that down. If a penny gets dropped from the Empire State Building, it's not gonna bust your fucking head wide open.
It won't.
No.
Oh snap!
Did they drop pennies from the Empire State Building?
Yes.
I gotta watch that shit.
Hey, that might be true because when I was in Chicago, you know, I was in a parking garage and I spit off the side of it and I watched that go all the way down and slap some lady on her head while she was walking by, and it didn't hurt her, but she definitely was.
She felt that shit. She probably thought it was a pigeon shit on her.
Right.
Or fucking hail.
Or a feather.
So
Or feather. They all fall at the same.
there's another Nobel.
You're right.
Yeah.
He's right, you know.
So at the time when they first announced that we were trying to go to the moon or we were going to go to the moon,
Disclaimer.
there's a bunch of scientists and other astrophysicists who said that we wouldn't be able to do it and it's impossible. The first one was Among R. Foster. He made it to. He's on ABC News. You can look up the video of him on YouTube, and he stated that the moon was a cosmic plasma. That's why it's transparent and you can see through it, and it's not a physical place that we can actually go to, and that we wouldn't be able to go to there. So, fast forward to this is 1963. The Apollo 1 mission. What was that astronaut's name?
Buzz.
Not Buzz.
Neil.
The one that died first. What was his name?
Shermhouse.
In the platform fire.
Gus Grissom. All right, Gus Grissom. All right, so Gus Grissom was a whistleblower for NASA, and there's a whole conspiracy about him being murdered by them during the Apollo 1 mission. So they were doing a test flight for the at Cape Kennedy for the Apollo 1 mission, and like they had the tapes of the communications between them talking, and Gus Grissom said like, how the fuck are we supposed to go to space on this thing if we can't even communicate between buildings? And this thing is a piece of shit. It's nothing but a bucket of bolts. And
The lunar rover.
yeah,
Or the.
no, the Apollo 1 rocket that they were in, that they're supposed to use to go to the moon first.
I mean, that's kind of
Yeah.
like when we were in the military, bro, and we were sitting in the back of those fucking piece of shit Humvees, and we're like, how the fuck are we supposed to do this? Can't even fucking contact the other Vics. Like, I mean,
Well, those piece of shit Humvees weren't trying to get us to the moon,
yeah, I
and
know,
they
but I
didn't
mean,
kill
it's
us
the same type
too.
of slang.
Yeah,
That's all
like,
he's saying.
No, I think he was saying like,
Literal?
yeah,
It's a
like,
bucket of
yeah,
bolts. This
it's
is a
literally,
stage
yeah,
set.
uh-huh,
Triangle firmament. That's where I'm at right now.
yeah.
Bucket of bolts.
Now we got another potential actor here?
Actor. Well, no. Whistleblower that was killed.
Whistleblower that was murdered.
Okay.
Now,
Shout out to all the whistleblowers out there. All you whistleblowers.
Blow the whistle.
also, so after they died, after the fucking rocket or the shuttle caught on fire when they were testing it, you know, all three of the guys inside burned to death and like instantly. You know? No, this is Apollo 1. I'll talk about the Challenger later in that whole conspiracy. So it's about 5 conspiracies in this episode, and it's only supposed to be 1, but I'm jam-packing it with a bunch of them. So let's get through this. All right, there's a safety inspector named Thomas Ronald Barron who wrote a 55-page report on the Apollo 1 mission, talking about the shortcomings and how saying it was a black budget fucking, you know, basically a program to steal money from taxpayers. Like, they really couldn't do the shit they were saying they were doing, and he wrote this whole detailed report about it. Before he was about to testify before the government, he got hit by a train. It looked like we called it Shermhouse. With him, his wife,
Tragic ending to the story.
With his wife and his daughter in the car.
Wait, so they got
said-
stuck on the tracks?
They
Type
said
shit?
that he got impatient and tried to beat a train, and he got hit by the train.
He got
Oldest trick
suicide.
in the book, bro.
Yeah.
But he got pushed into the train.
Yeah.
They put his
So
whole family on the tracks and killed him, man.
so they destroyed the report and it never got out. And the family's like, you know, that shit, it wasn't what happened. And like, you know, the government told them to fuck off pretty much because that's how that shit works. So this is 1963. Well, that the whole aftermath of the event transpired like a couple years afterwards.
So you mean
But-
my government would lie to me?
Yes.
Why would my government lie to me? Flip?
Well, for any one of a number of reasons.
I mean,
Money mostly.
Number one, you're black.
It's usually money, control, you know, push your agenda.
Not everybody that watches this is black. So speaking from a naive, just average all-American. What if
Oh,
I'm
it don't matter
a
if
Latino?
you white, black, brown, purple, green,
So the
churned
government
out.
is gonna. It doesn't
sober.
matter it doesn't matter your ethnic,
Well, you're a
racial
person,
background,
for
or
one.
belief.
No.
The government does not have your best interest at heart. That's what Crown is saying.
Not unless you're one of them. All the way there at the top.
I see how you looking at me, Crown. I know what
Yeah.
that look mean, man.
Yeah.
Continue.
Alrighty. So, this was 1963 that the Apollo 1 mission fucking took a L.
Right.
Now, 1968 is the moon mission. Alright. So, Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong, and who's the other? Shermhouse? Freemason fucking actor-not. What is his name?
You just talking Gus Gusterson.
No, Gus was the guy that died.
Right.
But I'm talking about the guys from the original moon landing. The 3 astronauts. I can't remember the third one. So, alright. Now, a lot of people ask me this question when we talk about this topic. Alright, they say, if they didn't go to the moon, how could all of those people at NASA be in on a lie? And I tell them this. Now, all of the film that you have seen in your life of this event happening is not filmed from when it actually happened. Every video clip you see of the moon landing was made in a Hollywood fucking studio. There was no cameras and no TV at the time it actually happened. Every single person at NASA was looking at fucking monitors with telemetry data on them. Now, the only thing they were hearing was the fucking transmissions between fucking the guys talking and mission control. So that's all the fucking way, the only way they knew like what was going on. And they're seeing numbers on fucking monitors. Okay. So
we can't call every single believer of the moon landing an idiot.
No.
You can't. Okay, so
They just never really looked into it and never fucking like, it's so much, people get caught up in so much irrelevant shit that like doesn't really like deal with them, or we get like flooded with so much information that we can't really look into things that matter or like take time to research shit that matters because we're always so busy like doing this or doing that. So like with a lot of these conspiracies, like people don't really like, if you like, say if I know about conspiracy but like you don't know about it, it's not necessarily because like you're like stupid or something. It's just because like, motherfuckers just don't look into shit,
right.
So
I think it's a pride issue. It's like I went to school, I was invested. My parents spent time and money to allow me to have a better education. And
well,
outdo
these
my
past
peers,
past 2
and to
years,
sit
yeah.
here, and like I said, I'm just speaking from a naive person to sit here and discredit what I may believe that our nation did as a people, as far as the advancement of technology and us being America as the leader in the forefront next to these other superpowers. Everything that we've done, and to sit here and say that it's never happened, it's like, okay, I'm there now. Okay, the Bermuda Triangle, the actors, the firmament.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that opens an umbrella of questions that have to be answered. Because if that's just one lane, and like I said, for those at home, they may or may not believe, they may not accept the fact that there's water above us, or the firmament, or there's a man-made structure called the Bermuda Triangle that's pulling stuff out of the sky. These are, each step, there's a realization.
Yeah.
And actually, there's a grieving process. And people grieve in certain ways. And to sit here and have to kill my or their dreams and their beliefs of the actual moon landing that has inspired so many Americans, to put your foot on that, man, and to say it's never happened.
Yeah.
That's a sobering reality that, although it may be funny because we're throwing around jokes and shit, that's a sober reality.
No, but I think if you actually like sit down and like ponder on it a lot, it's so many inconsistencies that like it's really hard to like believe it, because Don Pettit, another actor, there's a video that always goes around YouTube that says, he's talking about the moon landing. He says he'd go back in a heartbeat. But
Flip, are you falling asleep?
No.
Yes, maybe.
Wow.
Damn.
Wipe your forehead off.
Anyway, go ahead, continue.
All right. So
Lights are hot.
Maybe I should hold the horn.
Yeah.
You know what?
This guy. Shermhouse.
We just gonna.
So let's get ignorant now.
Yeah.
Let me speak from the ignorant side of society. The fucking moon landing has happened. If you think the moon landing didn't happen, I think you're all fucking retarded. We landed on the moon. We as Americans landed on the fucking moon. And how can you sit here and talk about some firmament or some man-made Bermuda Triangle that the goddamn man made? Nah, the moon landing happened, and I still need, from an ignorance standpoint, I don't accept it. I won't accept that there's a firmament up there. I won't accept the Bermuda Triangle as a man-made structure or entity, whatever you describe it.
All right. So the idea of it sounds extremely far-fetched, right?
Right.
Like, why would the government lie to us about the biggest technological accomplishment of the ages? This is like the biggest accomplishment, man. Like, like when the fucking asshat stepped and says, one giant step for man, one giant leap for mankind,
There's your answer.
This was supposed to be that event.
The question is your answer.
But the reason why, we lied about going to the moon is because, one, we were in too deep. We keep saying we're going to do it. A lot of politicians' fucking political careers was riding on that. 2 presidents.
There was a race, the space race.
The space race. And the space race wasn't a race just to go to space to have bragging rights. It had big implications. It was the biggest event of the Cold War. So basically, America thought that the Russians were going to nuke us from space.
So this wasn't coordinated between the Russians and us?
Hell
our
no.
governments?
No.
So then they were legit trying to get to space.
Yes.
But space doesn't exist, I thought.
They were trying to go and they couldn't go.
You know who the first people were to try to go to space?
Now, okay, so
Without
the Russians got the first rocket in orbit, right?
Hold
The
on.
Sputnik.
He hit a strong point. What was that, Flip?
First people tried to go to space with the damn Babylonians. Tower Babel.
Oh yeah.
Now, if God wasn't letting them get that far, what in the hell make you think he let some man get in a little goddamn tomato can and take his ass up there and land on his moon?
Well, the tower was a better idea.
The tower was a better idea.
From an ignorant point, I think the Tower of Babel was just, they tried to reach God and they kept going and they got mad and they couldn't do it. And as they got higher and higher and closer to what they thought was God,
They said,
it
"Fuck
grew
this,
into
let's go."
resentment.
Yeah.
They never quit.
Man.
They never quit. God stopped their ass. Because they was damn near gonna make it.
but out of anger, they started shooting arrows and shit into the sky.
Well, because they're like, we
Sounds
know.
like they just went insane.
Because they knew.
Yeah.
They're
Trying to
shooting,
build
they're
this
shooting
thing.
arrows at the sky telling him that we know. We know.
But we think we can hit God. We're mad at God, so we're gonna shoot arrows at him.
What if we
They
break
were
the
trying to get
firmament and
through
all
the
the water
firmament.
comes through?
Well, that's what happened with
They
the
think
Great
these
Flood.
arrows are gonna
Bam.
Oh, that's what happened with the Great Flood.
Bam.
Poseidon.
Shermhouse.
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 The Great Flood
Yeah.
was who breaking the firmament? Who broke the firmament?
The
God
Nephilim,
opened the firmament and flooded the earth.
to get rid of the Nephilim, the giants.
Yeah.
Oh,
There were giants in those times.
Bermuda Triangle, firmament,
Nephilim.
moon landing.
Nephilim. Giants.
Back to moon landing. Back to moon.
Giants existed. All right, so America finds out. All right, we can't get past the firmament. You know, we tried to send rockets up there. All the rockets explode, fucking blow up, fucking. We're wasting all this money.
All these photos
we can't
of
do
Mars, though. What's up with Mars? We got photos on Mars, the rover
it.
and
Let
shit.
me get to
Oh,
Mars.
boy,
Let me
oh,
get-
boy.
Let- hold on.
Help me,
Let
America, help me.
Photos in the Mojave Desert with a filter on it?
No, Mars is Devon Island in
Is it
Canada.
Barstow?
Oh.
All right.
It's in
But-
Barstow with the homeless people.
Homeless motherfuckers.
With
at you, Weapon
the
X.
pharaoh humans.
I'm talking to you, nigga.
Hey, is that Weapon X?
Oh, man.
Nigga, what you doing out here?
Mars.
All right, so
But Mars, though, you're saying everything about Mars, and we're doing congratulations, 3, 2, 1. That motherfucker lands on Mars. Everybody's clapping.
That's
Yeah.
CGI.
it's all bullshit.
Bro, where's the
But
camera?
let me get to that. Let me get to that. We're still
They said the thing out. Who's holding the camera?
What?
Who's holding the camera?
who's holding the camera?
Who's holding what camera?
When the fucking rocket lands or whatever object in space lands on a different space entity,
All right.
it's always being filmed.
It's
Yeah,
being
I know.
filmed. So
Yeah.
who the fuck is there
We
holding
got
the
all sorts
camera
of
before?
satellites
If they
and
were the first motherfuckers
Telescopes and all sorts of stuff
Alright.
up
Who's
there.
holding the camera?
Now we got a telescope up there that's gonna see the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say stars fucking.
It
You're
gets-
looking at a star. Chances are that motherfucker could be.
Yeah.
What they said.
That
said
$10 billion telescope that could
See the beginning of time or where we came from. It's gonna be interesting.
But how far is it gonna look into the water above the firmament? Please, get about it.
about as far as we can see with a Nikon camera.
Looking back in time. It's not looking into the firmament. It's looking back in time.
So now you're saying time travel exists. We're
All
talking
right,
about the moon
all right.
landing.
We're getting off topic. We're getting off topic.
Time travel. does
Shermhouse.
Shermhouse.
So the American government saw that they couldn't go to the moon or get a person further than the Russians did
Because of the Shermament.
Shermhouse.
because of the big Shermament.
Big Shermament.
Because of the big Shermament.
Big Sherm.
The big Shermament then closes the earth and
Did we just create a religion?
yes. The big Shermament Society. So they were like, holy shit, like the Russians are gonna like know or outdo us or find a way to get there before us. So we're just going to say that we went and they're not going to be able to do it and they're going to go bankrupt, which is what happened.
But why didn't they just do the same thing?
This whole charade saying that we were doing it and said that we went and we didn't go. Then we made all the fucking Hollywood films about it and distributed it around the world. It's a giant psyop, bro.
Did you see Stanley Kubrick's 2001 Space Odyssey that came out back in those times?
Did you see The Shining?
Did you see the CGI on that Space Odyssey?
Yeah.
There's no way in hell that piece of shit Hollywood movie graphics or whatever, that doesn't look anything like the moon landing stuff. Like they look completely different. So you're saying that the government has a better Hollywood?
Yes.
Yeah, they have.
They
Hollywood.
weren't using actually Hollywood. No, because Hollywood, Stanley Kubrick did not create, the nice moon landing footage.
Yes,
he
he did.
created 2001 Space Odyssey, which looks nothing like this.
So
Of course he did.
Stanley Kubrick directed the moon landing videos, the official ones that NASA lost or recorded over. And he had a bigger budget, so it was nicer. But speaking of the moon landing videos, let's talk about some of the inconsistencies in those that have been pointed out by numerous people online. One, they landed on the moon and it did not make an impact crater. Their spacecraft.
Yes.
What was up with that?
Okay.
Why did that
We
not happen?
touched on that. In space, rockets zoom around with no air to push against. What's going on? Rockets and engines in space behave accordingly to Isaac Newton's third law of motion. Every action produces an equal and opposite reaction. When a rocket shoots fuel out one end, this propels the rocket forward. No air is required. If you stand on a skateboard, throw a bowling ball forward, the force will push you and the skateboard back. However, because your weight on the skateboard is heavier than that of the bowling ball, you're not going to move as far. This would negate a crater.
Stop there. So you're saying what now? Because it didn't make an impact crater, what? What law of motion, what? Or, summarize that.
What are you talking about?
That whole spiel you just went on.
Yeah. The third law of motion, I'm talking about how a rocket works in space. The whole skateboard thing, I'm talking about how a rocket works in space. I'm not talking about throwing the bowling ball at the...
Theory right now. You're using the theory. Your whole argument is based on the theory.
Your whole argument is based on a theory. What are you talking about? This is Isaac... Okay.
Yeah. All of Isaac Newton's fucking theories are bullshit.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Gravity is bullshit. That shit doesn't exist. He's
I
fucking
Every time you give them a logical argument, they're just that's bullshit. Gravity doesn't exist. This doesn't exist.
How's there gravity on the moon? One, and if that's one of the laws of gravity, there's no gravity on the moon, or the moon has zero to little no gravity. So
Yeezys don't exist either.
That shit fucking has no scientific bearing on the moon or how it fucking works. So first, this spacecraft landed on the moon, did not make an impact crater. There is no dust on any of the fucking, no moon dust on any of the fucking little legs of it. All right. Now, the fucking spacecraft, the astronauts, and the fucking everything else on there, the fucking had shadows being cast in a different direction. Which is because there was studio lighting fucking taking picture of all this shit.
Okay, so we've all seen this phenomenon.
Yes.
So is that why we always see NASA practicing in big swimming pools and shit?
Yes.
Where because of perspective, that parallel lines appear to be non-parallel. This is what you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about the shadows.
Yeah,
from...
this is what you're talking about. I'm talking about the same exact conspiracy.
The sun
theory
is
that you're
here,
talking about.
and it's shining light on them on the moon. Then all of the fucking lines should be uniform. Why are they going in different directions? Because there's light coming from different directions. Is that not how it's happening now? Look, it's light there, and look how the fucking shadow is on that, and the shadow is on this, and the shadow is on that. It's because the lights are in different places, and that's exactly how it looked in those photos. I don't need no big scientific explanation to explain some shit you can see with your own eyes, bro.
And they just said you can see the same phenomenon here. Parallel lines appear to be non-parallel. You see the same stuff outside when you're outside and the sun's beating down, and you look down at your shadow, and sometimes it looks freaking like you're like this, bro.
But they're
It's
all
the same thing. There's
uniform.
only one sun
They're
that's
all
coming down.
uniform. They're all uniform. They're all uniform.
So help me explain.
The shadows
hollow
on the
moon,
moon
where'd that
landing.
come from?
What?
The hollow moon theory. Where'd that come from?
I don't know what that is. I
You
never
never
heard of
the
that.
hollow moon theory?
No, I heard that the moon is transparent, and
They
it's
landed on it
a
and
it's
it
a
rang like a bell. You never heard of that?
no.
Really? Flip?
I mean, it would only make sense to create a theory of some shit to go deeper into perpetuate your fucking lie.
Right,
You know.
right.
Oh,
That's
and
just-
so when we landed,
I'm a diversion.
when we landed, it even rang.
No,
Get the fuck
they
outta
didn't say
here.
that. Other people are saying that they think that
It
the moon
rang
is
like
hollow.
a bell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got you.
Alrighty. So, how did President Nixon call the moon with the landline?
A fucking landline.
You got a scientific explanation for that? How can you call the moon 250,000 miles away from a landline telephone? A landline telephone. How are you calling a planet 250,000 miles away from a landline telephone?
Well, let's see.
If they had sat phones on the moon, he would have had to have a sat phone to communicate with them.
I was just looking at this video of the JFK assassination, man.
That's a whole nother episode.
Oh, man. Technology
That's
is
a whole
getting
nother
better, man.
episode, bro.
Technology is getting better.
Yeah, that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
All right. So, we're at them being on the moon. All right. So they created no impact crater. There is no dust on the fucking moon, whatever the fuck that piece of fucking tinfoil and fucking curtain rod thing they say they took there was. There's no moon dust on it. They drove a car around on the moon. There's supposed to be no gravity. How did that work? It was just a Jeep frame. It wasn't no special fucking gear on there to fucking make it stick to the ground. Like, it's literally just a Jeep frame with seats on it. That's what the moon rover was. Like,
Okay,
Yo.
so about the phone call thing. The call went from the Oval Office in Washington, D.C. to Houston, where it was routed into space via mission control through Capcom. So,
Right.
I mean,
Capcom, the video game?
no, through Capsule Communicator.
Street Fighter. Shouts out to Street Fighter for all you Street
I
Fighter
mean-
players, nigga.
Again.
can't do that. They had that technology back then.
Oh, I mean, okay. It says AT&T's predecessor, the Bell system, was involved with the American space program through the subsidiary that worked with NASA, Bellcom.
The guy who
They're
put
the
the
ones
damn
that were
string
building that
between
stuff back
the
then.
cans?
So they had.
They didn't have that technology, but they had that technology back
They had a
then.
250,000 mile string.
Yeah, 250,000 mile string.
Yep, that's exactly what it said.
So,
A telephone cord that fucking long.
all right. Now, another beef I have. NASA says they don't have the technology to go back and they destroyed it, and it'd be a pain to recreate. This is the word, the exact.
Have you seen a Tesla?
The exact words from Don Pettit, the actornaut, when they asked him about why haven't we gone
I
back
go
to
back
the
in
moon.
a heartbeat.
I go
We
back
don't
in a
have the
heartbeat.
technology.
But we destroyed the technology and it's a pain to recreate. So you telling me that little fucking cardboard tinfoil curtain rod fucking piece of shit thing you want to call a fucking spaceship, you can't make something better than that? And it's
It's the greatest
also
shit they've ever done.
the fucking
Greatest generation ever.
there's also the video of the new shit that they're sending to Mars, the unmanned shit, where they say that it's taking data from when it goes through the Van Allen belts to see if they could put people through it. So this is recently. They saying they can't put people through the Van Allen belts, but they did it somehow back, all these years ago.
So, why have we never been back for that is they just, the way that they answered it was that they've changed. we've changed our priorities. What happened right after that was the Vietnam War. And from that, you know, it's been a non-stop catastrophe after catastrophe. They changed their attention to the space shuttle program, and lastly, the International Space Station, which has been permanently inhabited.
So what are they doing with the fucking $50 million a day they're getting?
Yeah, what are they doing with that?
Who fucking knows? Who knows what they're doing with that shit, bro?
Their budget. So
They trying to
Yeah.
go to Pluto, man.
so
We're going to Pluto next.
So let's delve deep into that argument, right? All right, it took them. The moon mission was a certain amount of dollars, right? You know, their budget has been fucking increased with every single president we had in office, and it keeps getting increased. They haven't had a budget. NASA has not gotten their budget cut fucking in years. Now, if they're getting fucking astronomically more money, 100 times more money probably than they were getting back then, they can't recreate the same fucking technology with the same amount of money and still have budget to go to Mars and fucking do all this other shit.
Astronaut.
Like their fucking arguments and their statements that they use when people ask them these questions are so fucking stupid. Like, how could you believe them? All right. Now, the astronauts, Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong. Have you seen the video?
John Glenn.
John Glenn? Have you seen the videos of them being confronted by people and asking them if they went?
Oh man, they'll swing
punch
on you.
that
They'll
dude,
sock you up.
But
You gotta run
yeah.
that fade.
Hey, he reminded me of the grandpa from King of the Hill.
Buzz will hit you.
So Buzz Aldrin teed off on the guy before. They asked Neil Armstrong to put his right hand on the Bible and fucking swear to God that he did it, and he would not do it, and he ran from the people. When Buzz Aldrin was on Conan O'Brien, and Conan O'Brien was, I remember as a kid seeing the videos of you guys going up there. Buzz Aldrin stopped him when he said that and said, "You did not see videos of us going there. You saw animation." Those are his exact words on the Conan O'Brien show. You saw animation. All of the videos from back then were animation. There was no TV back then. Those were his exact words. And then there's another video of a little girl asking Buzz Aldrin, "Why
There was no TV back when.
when they went to the moon?"
The moon landing was like the highest televised thing ever.
There was a TV set in every home.
There was no TV when we went to the moon.
What are you talking about? Use Google for a second.
Shermhouse.
Like, for 1 second. I think it was Walter Wolf that did the coverage of it. Like,
See, that's the thing with information. If you try to blurt it out, you got to be willing to back it up.
So
Wasn't it only radio?
that was like the most highest televised
radio.
thing ever.
they had TVs at Mission Control, and they had TVs watching the rocket take off, but they did not have fucking the film of fucking the shit having on. I'm pretty sure.
I think you might want to check that. No, we're good. Yeah.
Let's talk about this, because this is fascinating. I remember very clearly, I think anybody who was alive at the time does. I remember my parents waking me up, and we went down and we watched you guys land on the moon,
No,
which
you
was...
didn't. No, you didn't.
What?
Because there wasn't any television. There wasn't anybody taking a picture. You watched animation. See, you associated what you saw with...
I have very hazy memories.
I know.
Well, what we saw was we all were gathered around the old curved-top radio and listened.
Talking about, how many feet we were going to the left and right, and then I said, contact light, engine stop.
It was
A few other
exciting.
things, and then Neil said, Houston, Tranquility Base.
Shermhouse. There is no TV. Everything you saw, all of that footage, like he just said, was animation. They didn't fucking go. It was all a fucking show.
Shermhouse.
Shermhouse.
House.
All right. So now Mars, right? So if they didn't go to the moon, how are they going to Mars? It's the next question. And the next answer is they're not. So
They got folks volunteering for the mission to go up there. 20 people.
yeah,
If you pay enough money,
yeah, and they gonna be
be
disappointed.
one of the first ones colonize Mars.
So
Would you do that?
What?
If you had money?
Go to Mars?
Get on a Mars flight?
Nah.
hell no.
No. I can't leave the firmament, remember?
We gonna blow up!
No, they go send you to Canada.
So every single astronaut.
They won't
every
allow us in
space-
Canada. We have records.
Every
Oh,
view
yeah.
from space is all bullshit.
So
Where they gonna send
so,
us? Bermuda Triangle.
So all of the satellite images of Earth are fucking CGI.
Say that again?
All of the satellite images from Earth, which is why they're called images, not pictures. Which is why they're called images, not pictures, are all CGI.
Fake.
All fake, all deep fakes.
People grieve different ways. So allow people certain time to soak that in.
Process that.
Yeah.
Process that.
Yeah.
It's a fake.
Let them process, Flip.
Let the process flip. Now, I know all the NASA fanboys, the I fucking love science crowd, the fucking heliocentric fucking cult, the fucking
Shout out to the heliocentric cult.
the fucking Shield deGrasse Tyson fans,
Ooh.
and the fucking
Wait, hold on. Say that again.
Shield deGrasse Tyson.
You taking shots at him?
And bitch.
Yeah.
Big crown.
Yeah.
Big crown.
Yeah.
You just
Mr.
He's swinging.
Mis-
He's swinging.
Mr.
I guess we all
Mr.
swinging, man. We all
say
swinging.
that shit is flat.
Mr. Smart, Mr. Astrophysicist who's scared to debate Eric Dubai.
He coming for you,
Yeah.
Neil.
Hey, while we on this, I want to call out Bill Nye. We gonna throw them
Bill
hands.
Nye's an actor.
We gonna throw them hands.
He's a mechanical engineer.
Nah, he
That's what
ruined my
is.
childhood. I thought he was a scientist, and I found out he wasn't a scientist.
You know, Ivan Drago from Rocky has more science degrees than Bill Nye.
Oh yeah.
Dolph Lundgren.
I must kill you.
yeah,
Highly educated man.
yeah.
Shots out.
Shouts out to Yvonne.
All them Rocky fans and shit. Still ready for Rocky.
So, Mars. In 2018, the European Space Agency Mars Express spacecraft supposedly sent back an image of an ice-covered Korolev crater on a plain that surrounds the Martian North Pole. The only problem with this is there's an exact photograph of the Houghton impact crater located on Devon Island here on Earth.
Did they Google image reverse search that or something?
Yes. It's literally fucking to the T, the same exact. There's no way.
Do you have a picture of it?
Huh?
Do you have a picture of it? I know y'all at home can't see it, but I'm curious.
Shouts out to the people at home.
Well, hold on. Let me see if I can load this up.
So if we never
It looks
left
like
the
this.
Earth, if we never left the Earth, then nothing can ever come in. So any alien, by definition, any invasion that we may or may not get is fake.
Shermhouse?
Because it's
So
impossible to get here.
let's break down the word alien. Extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial means extra terrain. So all of the UFOs that have been coming here and that our government got videos
Roswell
and
landing. Yeah.
if that shit happened, that's a whole nother episode. But the aliens aren't from outer space. Space doesn't exist. There is no such thing as space. We live in an enclosed system. All the planets are wandering stars inside of this enclosed system, and all the stars are fixated. We can't go anywhere. There's nothing coming in or going out. Besides God. So the aliens are either coming from places we haven't discovered, like the ocean. We haven't fucking even begun to explore the depths of the ocean, and we can't because the pressurization after we get to a certain depth, we literally can't. So there's thousands and thousands and thousands of feet of ocean where it could be continents underneath there with fucking subnautical beings that learn how to live.
Fucking
water.
merman.
Aquaman.
So if the Earth is flat, why is the moon round?
Because
We're the only body in this celestial system that just happens to be flat with ice walls made of ice.
what do you mean?
Earth, flat Earth.
There's no other planets.
The
There are
planets
no
the
other
planets are stars. They're not round either.
Planets aren't real.
The
Pluto,
We
Venus,
can't reach them
Neptune.
because
they're
those are beyond
they're all
the firmament.
stars.
Wait, so they're beyond the firmament?
No, they're inside. Everything is inside
So we
of the
can't
firmament.
reach them then.
No, we can't.
Come on, Crown.
So we can't reach them.
No.
Then how come you saw that rocket blow up on the firmament like you said?
Yeah.
But that rocket could reach the firmament, which is past all these planets and stars, but
But
we
do you
can't
know
reach
how-
those planets and
so-
stars?
Thick the firmament
But that
is?
rocket did.
The firmament's
How
like
thick is
this,
it?
right?
You know how
And the planets and
thick the
stars
firmament is?
are out
Oh,
here.
so the firmament is encasing the planets and stars too. We're encased out of the
There's
firmament.
multiple levels of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're just adding levels to the firmament now.
Yeah.
Is that what we do?
I'm on a new level.
Is that what we do?
I
So
can't.
I'm not gonna lie. You have presented us with some strong stuff to ponder on, take away from this conversation, man. Because I've heard the stories of the firmament. I've heard stories of the radiation of the Van Allen belt. But as far as all these images, man,
It looked like we called it Shermhouse.
is that we see online of different bodies of just celestial shit that's out there. Like,
Yeah.
And to sit here and take that in, knowing that that's fake or that may
Look at Mars with a telescope or with a really good zoom camera.
Right.
Look at Saturn or Jupiter or Venus or Mercury or Neptune.
And what am I looking for when I do this?
No, just look at how they look.
But they
Have you
got a
ever
really
seen
good
a light- have you
telescope
ever
out
seen
there.
a
They got
light
the Hubble telescope.
underwater
They got this
at
new
night?
one out there.
You know how the light
can't look through
moves
that.
around?
Go look through 'em.
At night when you look at it
Pull it up.
through the water? That's what it looks like.
telescope.
No. Pull up a telescope feed so it can show you some.
Look at these stars.
I seen the bubbles.
Shit.
Like, what is that about? You'll see
Bubbles in
spacewalk.
space?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spacewalk.
NASA films all of their spacewalk videos in swimming pools. All of the astronauts, they're wearing scuba diving suits.
I feel like an astronaut in the ocean.
It's like a giant Olympic-sized swimming pool, and like underneath it, it's all green screen CGI screens, and they fucking film the guy fucking working on or doing whatever bullshit
Twisting
on the fucking
wrenches and shit in space.
and doing this little bullshit, and they fucking black it out or put some fucking CGI screen of the Earth behind them, and boom, there you go. There's your man spacewalking. And they're soaking $50 million in taxpayer money.
There goes your person spacewalking.
Yeah. To fucking show you videos of a guy fucking in a scuba diving suit in the pool. You know, doing some bullshit.
So what about this Halley's Comet and all these other celestial things that just go on? It's like, it comes into near
Space trash.
Yeah, this evening, if you pay attention, out the
Space
eastern
trash.
motherfucking view, you're gonna see something that comes and goes. What was that? Muamua?
For lack of a better word.
It was a long fucking rocket.
Abandoned helium.
So what is that?
Abandoned satellites.
But they're not even. But they're pieces of.
On radar, like they'll show Muamua
Yeah.
coming, like they'll show Earth. Here comes a
They're not
Muamua.
wrong.
Like the gravitational pull from a Muamua. I mean, the Earth will just grab it and take it, and
It's a metal
Yeah.
box.
you know what I mean. So explain that.
Flying metal.
It's all bullshit. It is all bullshit. It's all a show. It is all for show.
It's all bullshit.
Yep. Don't believe anything.
Except for us. You can believe us.
You believe anything?
No.
You can believe.
No,
Shermhouse.
think.
Believe us anymore.
Don't believe any official narrative that gets put out about anything. Like, look at all the major events in history and just like start to pick them apart, start to research them, start to find the fucking fallacies in the narratives. Like, 9/11.
Oh
Never mind.
boy.
Go down that rabbit hole.
Don't do it.
Fucking Shermhouse.
Yo.
What the fuck was that?
Shermhouse.
That thing just got dragged down a rabbit hole, bro. That's the last thing you heard.
Yeah. But all of COVID too.
Oh man.
The official government narrative is bullshit. They're saying it's a pandemic, but the
Hey,
same
they said the flu is back now. After taking
a year off, you see that?
the flu went on vacation for a year, but now it's back like cooked crack.
Hashtag live your fucking life.
Man, yeah, I'm so tired of that shit. You know how many COVID variants I've survived? They can come out with the Kmart fucking variant. I'm still not getting it.
The fucking Omarion variant.
Omarion.
I knew I'd never liked that nigga anyway.
Yeah.
Should have never given that nigga a
But yeah,
platform.
don't ever believe the official government narrative because it's gonna be bullshit.
I'll agree with you on that. I don't subscribe to any narratives.
Do some research. Fucking find your own conclusions. I can't say none of this shit that I purported is true because I wasn't there when the shit happened. So basically all the fucking information I've got or fucking learned about all of this shit, anything, is fucking me looking at a computer screen and fucking deciphering what I believe. If you want to believe that they took a fucking tinfoil cardboard box to the moon with the computing power of a Game Boy,
If you
through
believe
dangerous radiation belts that
they
would
put
melt
a man on the moon.
then you can believe that. But I'm not going to because I think that's bullshit. And I know science and I read about science and I study science, and that just doesn't seem feasible for me, for them to be able to do at that point in time. And them lying about it to push an agenda seems more like what the government would do. So
Now, see, that's the first thing you've said this entire episode that would get me to be like, you know what? Fuck that moon landing. That shit right there. You should have let off with that shit. That is some good fucking shit right there. That would fucking change my goddamn mind in a heartbeat right there.
Here at Shermhouse,
Boom.
we always bury
Boom.
the lead.
In fact, I believe now. My eyes are open. I'm like Saul, and my fucking blinders have came off, and I am now the Apostle Paul, and I will go spread the moon landing conspiracy theory.
I believe in the word of crown.
Whoa. I can't go that far. That's
and it was written.
Shermhouse.
That's the word of crown.
Hey man. Hey,
That's the word.
believe in crown.
This guy's been fucking listening to Yeezy too much.
The word of crown became crown.
Shermhouse. He has risen since 24.
Distance me from this motherfucker.
We being blasphemous in the Shermhouse?
Man, I'm done.
Shermhouse.
I'm done. This episode over.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging with us. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, he gave me a lot of good shit I gotta take home and ponder. So stay tuned to the next episode. We're gonna wrap this one up.
What's the next episode on?
Oh yeah, we got a good one.
Friends and family members on drugs.
Friends and family members on
And
drugs
how do you
and
deal
all-
with them?
Yeah. What do you?
Dealing with them, not helping them. That's the next episode. It's just dealing with the motherfucker.
Oh, fuck, bro. I forgot to tell y'all my story.
Oh, we ain't helping nobody.
Uh-oh.
Fuck them.
Shermhouse?
Yeah. It's like stopping somebody.
All right.
Drugs or alcohol. Stopping, nah. It's helping. We're dealing. Yeah.
Stopping drills.
Shermhouse
told me to mention this yesterday, and I totally forgot all about it. I got two.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We gonna cut this.
No,
Stop
don't cut it.
No. You gonna cut that.
No, let's put it on
You
the
gonna
show.
bleep that shit? You gonna call me goon or you gonna?
You gonna,
All right, go ahead. Anyway.
All right, so let's go back to this was summer of 2000 or fall of 2011.
Right.
I'm in Vilseck, Germany.
We still on the moon, right?
No,
Oh, real.
No, this is
something that happened.
This definitely
yeah.
should be.
This
This
is-
definitely should be told.
So you know how we spoke about extraterrestrials, right? So this crazy ass fucking thing happened to me when I was in the army, bro. And I don't even remember my old first sergeant name because he was only there for like a couple weeks. But anyway.
Hey, maybe that's part of the conspiracy. What happened to him? He was only there for a couple weeks.
Well,
they don't move first sergeants like that.
Well, he was there for a while, so like they probably just rotated him out. But
private,
I don't know.
Move you pretty fast.
Yeah, like so I was in Vilsack, right?
Right.
You know, it's a Saturday, bro. I'm in a fucking beach trash. Like trash. Like not a regular trash, but like a level over trash.
Right.
So, you know, I was feeling good. I think I was like playing 2K or some shit, getting drunk in my room. CQ, they came, started banging on everybody's doors. Boom, 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 boom. They're like, fucking, get in full kit and go fucking draw your weapon. I'm like, what the fuck, am I in trouble or something? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
He doesn't even think, hey, are we under attack? He thinks, am I in trouble?
Nigga, I was basically desk duty. Yeah. So like my room was right by CQ, bro. So they came to my shit first. I was like, fuck, I knew I should have been off post this weekend. So, man, my drunk ass, I put my shit on like fucking, I got on white socks and a fucking white t-shirt.
Wow, combat ineffective.
So I'll go grab my weapon. We fucking walk up to the motor pool. We fucking go get some strikers, bro. Like 4 of them. And they're basically like fucking aircraft fucking crashed. We gotta go cordon it off and go pick up the shit fucking and do the fucking BDA, the fucking damage assessment. So we're like, all right, cool, whatever. Now, like, Germany, bro, once you get outside of town, like, where we lived at in Bavaria, it was fucking all cornfields, bro. Like, once you got out of Vilsack, it was like a fucking T intersection. It was nothing but cornfields. So we're driving out in these cornfields for like an hour in the middle of the fucking country. And it's like a 4-way intersection. So we cordon it off, like, you know, on each side, and there's like this field in between us. And so like we're like out there for like a couple hours, and you know, like I was on in a turret in a striker, and I turn around and look like behind us, because like it was like cars coming in. Like they told us like not let any cars in. They're like, if anybody tries to pass, y'all fucking light their ass up. Right. Like you never give an order like that in a non-combat like fucking area. It's like I was kind of
they'd be hard pressed to give those orders in Iraq at that time.
Like you would never get orders like that fucking being like anywhere in Germany or fucking like anywhere, bro. So we're just like, what the fuck is really going on out here? So I would turn around, and I have my night vision, and like I would turn around and look at the fucking crash site, and there would be these big bright flashes, bro, that would fucking knock out my night vision, bro. And it would fucking take a while to reset. Like, and I'd be like lifting them up, and I couldn't see shit, but like I put my shit down, and it'd be like another one, and just whoop, and like fucking my shit would just go haywire. It'd be like all blank, and then like it would fucking come back. So like,
some sort of IR pulse.
Yeah,
shit.
like
Emitting some sort of fucking
IR
pulses that are fucking wiping your fucking.
So like there's a whole bunch of civilian vehicles that came, and like they were there, and like I guess they fucking wrapped it all up, and we went back. So like we all get back in the morning, like everybody go back to doing whatever the fuck they're doing. I go back to getting drunk. I was fucking pissed, bro. They fucking made us stay out there for all them hours. So Monday morning PT roll around, and like I go to ask my first sergeant, like I thought it was like an aircraft, like a helicopter crash, like it was some aviation dudes that probably would have like got hurt or died or something like that. Right. And like I asked about it, I was like, hey, was there like did any guys get hurt? Like what happened with that? And my first sergeant, like he literally told me like, shut the fuck up about that shit. Don't ask about it no more. You know, I like Google like every single day. Like I Google like the Army Times or stories about any accidents, any training accidents that happened there, like nothing.
And what time frame was this?
This was July of 2011. July 2011.
Okay.
Yeah. Vilsack.
When you took your shit up, was there anything that was like, I know the vision between taking your NVGs off and putting them back on, your eyes have to set.
Yeah, it has to like, it kind of blinds them a little bit.
Right.
So like, I lifted it up, bro, and like, it was weird. Like, I couldn't see shit. It's pitch black.
Right.
You know, but like, my vision would like come back a little bit, and then I look and but like I still couldn't see shit, bro. Like, but then like when I put it down, like I would like it would pulse, and like for the split second that like before like my shit just went like all green, like it would illuminate the whole, like I could see the whole fucking shit, bro. Like I could see every single person, like fucking their like what they're wearing, like. So it was like dudes with hazmat suits there. Yeah. And I was like, you know, where the fuck did they come from? And just like a whole bunch of like civilians.
Fucking E.T.
You know.
What do you think it was?
It was E.T.
I think something crashed out there in the cornfield and they told us to go pick it up. But it wasn't fucking American, it wasn't nothing of ours. Because if it was something of ours, they would have made a report of it. It would have been on, you know, one of them outlets, you know?
So
like,
you mean something
like
of ours?
if one of our aircrafts crashed, bro.
Yeah, the only one that I found was August 11th, 2015. A F-16 crashes at Vilsack in Germany. Pilot has minor injuries. That's 2015. So yeah, they definitely they report accidents.
Everything, bro. Every single thing. Like even if you crashed a drone, they fucking put it in the Army Times.
A lot of report.
Yeah, like so like, but I fucking I looked, and I kept trying to dig into it, bro, and nothing. All the dudes that were out there with me, I asked them like, "Did you hear anything about that shit?" And they just be like, "No."
You're the only one out of everybody
that actually fucking thought like, hey, like, what the fuck are we doing right now? You know? And everybody's just,
So it's hard to grapple with the idea that we can't leave, but something that has the ability to get here.
I think there's extra land that we don't know about. Or we can't, on Earth.
Like hollow Earth?
No, like
Amazon jungle that we haven't seen, or undiscovered islands, or maybe even underwater continents.
Yeah.
It's past Antarctica.
But we're going to have to talk about that on another episode for sure.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, everybody. You know what I'm saying? We're about to wrap it up. So tune in for the next episode. And I hope y'all took something away. I know I did. I appreciate you, Crown.
For sure.
Goon, always a pleasure. The homie Flip. Catch y'all on the next episode.
Shermhouse.
Shermhouse.